I'd like to start by inviting Mr. Clooney to make some remarks, and then I'll turn to Professor Wiesel. Mr. Clooney.
Well, first I want to thank Ambassador Bolton and all of you for inviting us here today and taking the time to talk with us. I will make you two promises. The first is that I'll be brief, and the second is that I won't try to educate you on the issues of Darfur and the regions around it. There's nothing I can say that you don't already know. You know the numbers, you know the urgency, and you know how bad this is likely to get. I'm here to represent the voices of the people who cannot speak for themselves. And from our side, we're not so naive either. We know how difficult a task this is. We understand how many issues are in front of you at this moment, each needing great care and attention. But you are the UN, and this is a task that you've been given. You have to decide what's most urgent. You have the responsibility to protect. In the time that we're here today, more women and children will die violently in the Darfur region than in Iraq, Afghanistan, Palestine, Israel, or Lebanon. The United States has called it genocide. For you, it's called ethnic cleansing. But make no mistake, it is the first genocide of the 21st century. And if it continues unchecked, it will not be the last. Now, my job is to come here today and to beg you on behalf of the millions of people who will die, and make no mistake, they will die, for you to take real and effective measures to put an end to this. Of course, it's complex, but when you see entire villages raped and killed, wells poisoned and then filled with the bodies of its villagers, then all complexities disappear, and it comes down to simply right and wrong. It's not getting better, it's getting much, much worse, and it is only the international community that can help us. Now, I know there are members of you here that, for what I'm sure are sensible reasons, have failed to use leverage at times to get the peacekeepers on the ground. Well, we now have a date. The date is September 30th. The 1st of October will leave these people with nothing. Whatever the reason, it's not good enough. On October 1st, it won't just be the Janjaweed murdering and raping with impunity, or Malawi's SLA slaughtering the Fur tribes. With no protection, all the aid workers will leave immediately, and the 2.5 million refugees who depend on that aid will die. Jan Egeland estimates 100,000 a month. So after September 30th, you won't need the UN. You'll simply need men with shovels and bleached white linen and headstones. In many ways it's unfair, but it is nevertheless true that this genocide will be on your watch. How you deal with it will be your legacy. Your Rwanda, your Cambodia, your Auschwitz. We were brought up to believe that the UN was formed to ensure that the Holocaust could never happen again. We believe in you so strongly. We need you so badly. We've come so far. We're one yes away from ending this. And if not the UN, then who? Time is of the essence. I'm going to give this over to Professor Wiesel, and I'm going to thank you again for your time.
Thank you very much, Mr. Clooney. Professor Wiesel.